Hello, in this video we will create a template to show doctors. But first in models.py I'm gonna add a zip to each city. Its type is integer field and not number field. In shell I'm gonna make migrations and migrate. I'm gonna select option 1. The zip of city 169. It's code of Rhône department in France. I will do the same thing for the other cities. In admin.py I'm gonna add city zip to list display. The 4 cities have the same fields, so I'm gonna keep one model admin. In views.py, don't forget to import cities from models. I'm gonna use the query objects.all to get all doctors in cities. Doc1 contains doctors of city 1, Doc2 doctors of city 2, Doc3 city 3, and Doc4 city 4. I will use the query union to gather all doctors in one variable. I'm gonna create a context so I can use doctors in Django templates. In home.html, I'm gonna use for loop to show doctors. I'm gonna show first name, last name, and specialty of doctor, and the zip of the city. In home page, we can see the doctors. The design don't look nice. I'm gonna use Bootstrap 4. I'm gonna copy CDN from w3schools.com. I'm gonna add Bootstrap classes to the HTML code. First, I'm gonna add the class container. I'm gonna add the class text censor to h2 element. I'm gonna use the class row to show divs in the same line. I'm gonna use the class call md3 for each information. First information, first name. We have last name, specialty, and zip. I'm gonna put Django variables inside the divs. It looks better. We can use h4 element for titles. I'm gonna add the class background light to each title. In views.py, I'm gonna order data by first name. There are doctors that have same name and specialty, but they aren't in the same city. I'm gonna add select elements for cities and for specialties, so the user can filter doctors. In models.py, I'm gonna create a model for specialties. In shell, I'm gonna make migrations and migrate. In views.py, I'm gonna import specialty. In admin.py, I'm gonna register the model specialty, so I can use admin page to add specialties. In Django administration, I'm gonna add specialties. In home.html, I'm gonna add a new div row. I'm gonna use class call md4 for select elements and for button. I'm gonna copy the code from W3 schools. I'm gonna change the ID of select and name. I'm gonna change label and options. I'm gonna use the same code for specialties. I will use for loop to add options. I'm gonna save specialties in a variable and I'm gonna add it to context. In home.html, I'm gonna use for loop to add options. Option specialty.name. In home.html, I'm gonna add a button search. I'm gonna add a margin to div row. I'm gonna add class btn primary to button. I'm gonna add margin top to button. This is the end of this video. Next time we will filter data.